Central College defeated Hope College this afternoon in the third round of the NCAA championship. Here from North Central College, head coach Brad Spencer with Luke Lehnen, Rahmareon Roby, and Zack Orr. Brad, some comments about today's game.
Yeah, really proud of our guys, how they played. We knew Hope was going to be a really good football team, and they proved us right. It was a battle the whole game, and I think some key plays made by these guys up here were the difference to change momentum. Let us head into the half with a 2-score lead, and then come out in the second half and really just try and pull away. Would have loved to not let up the last touchdown, but at that point, the guys have done their job, and we bought 7 more days of football. So just really proud of our guys. Hats off to Hope and their coaching staff for what they've done, winning their first playoff game this year, and then coming in here and playing a really good brand of football. Like I said, not surprising. We saw it on film. We knew it. I know people in that league felt like what we got is exactly what we thought we were going to get. So hats off to them.
Questions?
I guess I'll start with Luke. Obviously not the way you guys would have wanted those early drives to end. What was the conversations on the sidelines after the interception, and what do you think allowed you guys to get right back on track offensively starting in the second quarter?
None of us really worry about the previous drive because we know it's in the past, so we just got to move on. And we know we're a good offense and we can do what we want to do if we stay disciplined, make the right reads, use technique, stuff like that. So we weren't really worried. I don't think anybody was worried about me throwing another interception or anything, and I definitely wasn't thinking about it. Just made a bad play, turned the ball over, but yeah, got back on track in the second quarter and then played really well from there on, I think.
With Thomas Skokna, obviously, you had a pretty big turnover this year with the receivers room. How would you describe the relationship you guys have built and how it seems like he's kind of when things are starting to maybe fall apart or it's a difficult play, he's become kind of a really safe pair of hands for you in the passing game? Yeah,
Skokes and I have a great relationship. Ever since he came in as a freshman, we were kind of close. Me having to work study tables and deal with him as a freshman, and then after that, I got pretty close. But yeah, then on the field, it's been a pretty smooth transition from last year after losing guys like D'Lo and Lombardi. But yeah, it's been a smooth transition. He's quick, he's fast, he can make a play. If you watch his high school highlight tape, it's him running all around the field, making crazy plays. So I love having him out there. But yeah, great relationship on the field and off the field between us.
Rahmareon, I don't know what role you would have expected to have on this team when the year started. Obviously, the secondary has been through a lot of injuries this season. You make the huge pass breakup last week against the top receiver on that fade route they tried. You get the interception this week. What's it been like to be such a big part of stepping up on this defense and making those big plays?
I just say listen to my coaches and trusting them, and I love playing with the guys out there on defense, and they're always motivating me, and they know that the sky's the limit for me, so that really just helps me, reach my potential. And our defensive coach is amazing, Coach Dirk, and he always puts us in the right positions to succeed. So it's all about just executing, and luckily I've been in that position where I could execute.
And then, Zack, I know you're a little banged up right now yourself, but you've kind of been surrounded by the walking wounded this year, one of the guys who's been out there all season. What's that asked of you as a leader, and how have you seen the guys around you respond to whether they have to step up or maybe play in different roles because of the injury struggles you guys have had?
Yeah, absolutely. I would do anything to stay playing out there on the field with my guys, and we always have the next man up, and they always come in. They prepare just like us, like the starters. So when they get their opportunity, they've been taking advantage of it, and it's been, as a leader of the defense, it's been something special to see, and know North Central's in good hands for years to come.
Coach Spencer, next week you have Springfield. Their offense, they run a triple option. Being such a rare offense, you don't see it too often. How do you plan to simulate that maybe in practice, plan to stop it for next Saturday?
Yeah, it's a great question. The last time we saw that was with Augustana in the mid-2000s, right before 2010, 2007. They kind of switched, opened up a little bit. So that's the last time we've actually seen it. And it's like every week you've got to dissect what you're facing and go about learning how to stop it. So in that way, it's the same, but at the same time, it's something our kids have never played against at North Central, at least in high school. a lot of them have, because you still see that in high school ball, especially in Illinois. But, you know, as a coaching staff, you go about learning about it, talking to the old coaches on staff, guys that have kind of been around the block before, you know, and then, you know, you reach out to other coaches. But the biggest thing will just be getting them on film and, you know, watching that starting tonight and, you know, figuring out how you're going to do your best to, you know, slow them down. You know, back when we were playing Augie in those days, it was, you know, pivotal to try and keep them out of third and short, you know, put them in a situation that they're uncomfortable. But, you know, a question we'll better answer by tomorrow night once we're able to look at them a little bit. We've seen them before in previous playoff runs when they played opponents that we played, but that's the closest we've seen to them. Obviously a really, really good football team for them to go to Cortland and win that football game.
Thank you, Coach.
What does it mean to be home next weekend, quarterfinal match?
I mean, more so just to be playing. You know, I think our kids just, I mean, you saw how excited after the game they were with all the guys, you know, off the field to just have 7 more days. Certainly having home games is special. It's special for the community. It's special for our fans, our alumni. It's special for Naperville. So that's something that you certainly appreciate. You never take a home game in the playoffs, you know, for granted, that's for sure. But being able to, you know, play a quarterfinal game again at Benedetti-Wehrli will be really special for our guys, our seniors, who've had the success that they've had here at home. And, you know, there's logistically, obviously, it's a lot simpler. You wake up in your own bed and you go to work and you go to class and you go to practice the same way. You know, but at the same time, you're just happy to be playing. It's really not about anything else other than let's just play 7 more days together.
With the events of today in the tournament, coming off of the expansion to 40 teams, some reactions from any of you on how the tournament is playing out? There were some pretty close games today.
I mean, you're seeing a lot of close. I'll let these guys go after, but I mean, my comment since week 1 has been there's been a lot of close games. If you just look at scores, you know, obviously there's injuries, there's weather, there's all kinds of factors. But if you just look at scores, there's a lot of close games. You know, so if that's what the committee was going for, then they got it. That's for sure. But it certainly seems like a strong field this year, based on the 2 teams we've played, based on the teams we've seen on film.
Luke?
Yeah, I would agree. Stronger teams. Just from being in the postseason the past 4 years, just seeing the difference between how it used to be to how it is now at the 40-team expanded playoffs. So yeah, it's been really interesting to see all the games each week, just seeing how close the scores have been, and like you never know who's going to come out on top in some of those other games. Yeah, it's been really interesting. It was definitely weird at first with that bye week, week 1. Didn't really know what to do. Just sitting there, everybody else was playing, just watching the games on TV. But yeah, it's a lot of tougher competitions, closer games.
I'd say it's exciting. I mean, that's why you play football, is for those big games, close games. So, I mean, just preparing every single day the same way we do. I mean, just another day, another game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's pretty cool for those teams that, you know, don't usually get in, and they get an opportunity to, you know, play and fight for the right to play and keep on going and advancing. So it's pretty cool to see some other teams, you know, get the recognition.
Brad, Luke, Rahmareon, Zack, congratulations on your 3rd-round victory. Best wishes next weekend in the quarterfinal against Springfield. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.